we want to talk about mastering the allowing of all these beautiful gifts that can come to you because they are available. And we're going to do this in two ways, what to be done internally and what can be done externally. We have spoken in the past of what Peter calls the mirror principle, that your insides always match your outsides. It's a 100% reflection. What many of you do not understand is that what you're attracting is not what you consciously think you wish. It is what you are continually broadcasting in your unconscious. So you don't quite understand how powerful you are. That was not a jest earlier that you are a master of misery if you do not have continual abundance. It is just the power and the truth of you. So start by recognizing that.
Hello, beautiful souls. Get ready to become awesome with Peter D., channeling Archangel Michael.
A big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. But you know, more than 6 out of 10 of you watching our videos have not yet subscribed. You'd really help out Tracy and I so much by clicking that subscribe button. You'll be helping yourself too. You'll be saying to the universe, I want to focus on my ascension, and then to make it easy, our videos will show up on your YouTube feed without having to search for them. Take that step for yourself, and thank you for helping us. Hey, you beautiful souls. I bet you've sometimes wondered what it would be like to just let miracles come to you, to just sit there and receive them. Well, that's where we're headed in the golden age, and the key for me is allowing. You see, Spirit wants to give us so much. It's like we're in a treasure room and the lights are turned off and we can't see all the jewels and gems and gifts that are around us. But as soon as we practice allowing, we're flooded with that. So that's going to be the topic for today. We're going to bring in some big guns. Archangel Michael's going to be here to share his perspective on this. Also, at the end, I'm going to introduce you to a project Tracy and I are starting and how we're going to incorporate allowing into it so you can see for yourself what this looks like. Please remember, this is a conversation. Put your comments below, and then, of course, share this video with other people who want to bring more abundance into their lives. Here we go. Let's welcome in Archangel Michael. Oh, my dear, dear loved souls. Yes, you who are attending this. Oh, we do this every time Peter brings us in, and he's wondering if this is just fluff, but no, this is the most important part of our message. We love you. We can connect to you. We feel with you. We feel who you are, and we know your magnificence, and we want you to know your magnificence. We want to reflect that back to you. So please, in this moment, understand you are loved. You are divine. You are magnificent, and that is what we see. And that is what we reflect to you. Now, on this beautiful topic of allowing, please know that in this moment we are merged with Peter. And so we will be drawing from much of his experience and explaining this so that he can understand better the concepts to speak to you on what we are trying to get across. Now, the way we understand allowing, and he was correct in telling you that you're being showered with gifts all the time. And if you're not receiving them, it's not because you're not being showered, not because you're not being worthy. It's because you have mechanisms built in place that push it away. One of his teachers, the Ram, always said, you're all masters, just most of you are only masters of misery. So we want to talk about mastering the allowing of all these beautiful gifts that can come to you because they are available. And we're going to do this in two ways, what to be done internally and what can be done externally to have allowing come into your lives. Please know that you are not designed to be punished. And anything that goes into this whole thing of there's a God above you who needs you to bow and worship in a way that demeans you, those are human creations. You may not see that. You may believe what you believe, but those are human creations. It is not what we in the angelic realm experience, and is not what we would like to teach you. But because you are on your free will planet, you get to choose. So you don't quite understand how powerful you are. That was not a jest earlier that you are a master of misery if you do not have continual abundance. It is just the power and the truth of you. So start by recognizing that. Now, we have spoken in the past of what Peter calls the mirror principle, that your insides always match your outsides. It's a 100% reflection. This is how the law of attraction works, and the law of attraction is a thing. What many of you do not understand is that what you're attracting is not what you consciously think you wish. It is what you are continually broadcasting in your unconscious. Yes. So you can look around you and you can see what you're broadcasting by exactly what happens. Is there wealth? Is there love? Is there ease? If there's not, then what are you broadcasting? So this is why we always start with the internal. This is why we so value the work of Peter. He's not the only one. There are many people doing this, but he's the one who's very clear in saying his beautiful mantra. Here we go. We're going to say it for him. Clear, clear, clear. So you want to find what is inside you that are the resistances that keeps you from allowing. So that is what this internal work is. Now, when he works with his people, you listen to this, sign up for sessions, and he helps you. Almost every time, one of these things pop up. I am not loved. I am not worthy. I don't deserve. I am not lovable. I'm not good enough. For some people, it's 4 or 5 of them pop up. So this is the internal landscape for most of you. And then if you have that and you're broadcasting it 24/7, then do you wonder why you have this lack and you do not have the allowance that you would like? Now, many of you have had the experience of driving your car and you come into your house, your domicile, and you get there, and because it was an automatic drive that you've made many times before from work or somewhere, you don't remember the drive. You pull in, you're just suddenly in the driveway and you don't have any idea how you got there. This is how powerful your unconscious mind is. Yes, it is powerful enough to navigate you through traffic with obstacles that could kill you at any moment, and you do it without even a thought. Now, if your unconscious can do that, what do you think it's doing when it's broadcasting 24/7? I'm not loved, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve. So this is what we mean by doing your internal work. And the way Peter lays it out, it is systematic. Okay? So that means you can just kind of make an inventory of what you believe about yourself. And then, of course, you clear it by fully expressing it. Anything fully expressed turns to bliss. That's been correctly stated. And you fully express it in your humanity, which means you're in a body with emotions and sound and movement, not just thinking about it. Now, many people run and hide from even expressing. No, I don't want to go there. It hurts. Okay, great. But unconsciously, you're living it 24/7. Consciously, no, scary, scary, scary. Unconsciously, I'm always tense and afraid. I think your psychiatrists call it PTSD. And of course, that is not just for soldiers. That is for most of us growing up. Now, as you systematically release this, of course, you need to replace it with better beliefs. And this is where many in the New Age movement have failed. They have given you releases, but they do not replace it with something better. So the unconscious creeps in, and as Peter says, it backfills it. And so you're back where you were. So you have this great elation. You go to a retreat. You're so high for a couple of weeks, but then you're back in the rut of your life, and you're wondering, whoa, what did I do that for? Okay? So always when you take something out, you replace it. So as beautiful as meditation is, what are you doing after when you meditate and you're in that quiet space and you can see? Do you look at your unconscious beliefs? Do you release what's the energetic that's being held physically? And then do you replace it with something more beautiful? Not just a transmission of divine love, which we are always here to give you, but with you making statements. You are a master. You are sovereign. It is a free will planet. I am loved. I am lovable. And put that into your unconscious and not just tell yourself consciously. So many people that Peter works with say, oh, but I do that. And I'm like, yeah, but then how come you're complaining to me you don't have a relationship that makes you happy? You have to do it on the unconscious level, which means breaking loose the feelings first, and then do whatever reprogramming works for you on the unconscious level. So this is a beautiful thing that is available to you. Now, let me give you an example that you're perhaps more familiar with, and that is the parking angel example, because that is a thing in your culture. Parking angels. We laugh. Oh gosh, they want us to be parking attendants. They want us to be valets to park their cars. Okay, we love them. We'll help them. But do you realize it's like going to an icon or an idol or a king or a queen and saying, hey, here, park my car. Now, you're worthy of that. And of course, we're going to do that. But it's kind of funny to us that, we're only reduced to parking angels. So you want to go park your car and you say, oh, there's a spot for me, divine. Thank you for giving me this spot. Now, what you feel to realize is that when you ask for this at 10 o'clock, when you pull in front of your grocery store and you want that spot up front, because you asked for it at 10 o'clock, we're moving through time and space and arranging somebody at 8:30 to leave on their trips. They can go shopping and then they can leave the store just as you arrive, so your spot opens up. That's the power of time and space that's available to you to create, but you're just passing it off to the angels because you don't understand yet. You're the one doing it. Yes, this is the allowing we're talking about. That I am this big connected being in the time-space sphere, in this dimension. I am sovereign and I create my reality. That is my free will gift from the divine itself, and I'm going to create a parking spot. But because many of you don't hold that yet, you sit there and say, oh, angel, intervene for me, which we are happy to do. And you think we're the one making the spot for you. All we're doing is amplifying what you're allowing. Now, if you can allow this with a parking spot, can you allow it with the rest of your life? And this is what the allowing is. It's not so much the doing, how do I do it? It's how do I accept and express my truth? That is allowing. You see, when you graduate to the higher levels of your ascension, you will no longer be asking parking angels for your parking space. You will declare, I am a sovereign being. I always have a spot waiting for me at the front of the store. And because that's your natural state, and because that's what your unconscious is broadcasting because you believe it, then that's what will happen. And that's because you've done all your clearing work to get there. So there's no, oh, I don't deserve, I got to fight for this, dog eat dog, whatever it is you currently believe. Yes. So do you start to get how powerful you are? And part of allowing is to express that power, which can only be done by doing the internal work of clearing and allowing. Now, there goes with this some belief. Some people do a mixture of internal and external work. And the word Peter uses is sadhana. We are not sure in your vocabulary what would be a better word. But his understanding of that word is that you perform some action as a sign of devotion and expression to the divine to allow some kind of result. So it's your sadhana. It is your practice. And you don't just do it for yourself. You do it as an expression to the divine. Now, some sadhanas you're very familiar with. You go to your churches and you do your rituals, and some people do it before your meals. You pray and things like that. But look at some of these deeper sadhanas that are available to you. Peter is aware of many people who have invited the divine to live in their house. And as part of their sadhana is they always talk to their divine, which is the channeling that you're moving into in the fifth dimension. They just talk to their divine and they don't really worry about whether or not they get a response. Peter has done this years ago. I know you're living in my house. You're welcome here. I got this space for you. So if I catch you out of the corner of my eye every now and again, cool. But you don't have to express, I know you're with me. And as a sign of knowing he's with him, sometimes when he prepares a meal, he puts a plate aside. This is for your divine. Peter knows many people that feed their divine. Some people have bedrooms dedicated to their divine. Other people have big altars and they light candles and they do worship at that. And some of these people, on their altars, they have a Sri Murti, these beautiful pictures and photos that you see, which is of their divine. And because they have such a deep relation and they put so much into it, the divine responds to them. And Peter knows people who have honey and ghee and kumkum and turmeric flow out of their photos and icons on their altar. Yeah, they have to collect bowls. And of course, it's very high energy prasad, very high energy. What comes out of that. These are huge blessings. But they do it because they allow, by doing a sadhana, where they go through the motions of, this is for you, divine. This is a place for you. So this is a kind of allowing, not just understanding that it's happening, and not just moving out what prevents, but sitting there and accepting. Oh, I'm doing this. I don't expect anything in return. Whatever you give me is fine, but I'm doing it because I love you. Here you are. Here's the bed in my house. Here's this extra food. Here's this worship at this altar. Whatever it is for you. And that is a sadhana. Now, it's not just a spiritual kind of sadhana. Peter loves to have openness in his life. So he periodically goes through all his closets and throws out stuff. And if he doesn't throw out, his rule of thumb normally is, if I haven't touched it in a year, it's gone. What? Now, he doesn't always follow that, but it lessens his burdens and possessions. And he does that as a sadhana of, here, I'm clearing out my outside. This is a representation, divine, that there's more space inside me for you to fill. He's done it in his business. He's done some kind of advertising or marketing venture where he'll talk to a different group and either send them mails or emails or make calls and stuff and get absolutely no return. None. And he'll wonder why he does it. But then all of a sudden, out of the blue, in some ways that he didn't contact anybody, people will show up to engage him for his services in bigger ways than he expected. And he has seen this so often. Put your energy here. Whether you get any results, it doesn't matter because it's a sadhana. You're showing the universe that you are doing this and you believe in this, and therefore you have a space to receive it. So that is that halfway, not just the internal work, but it's half inside, half outside work. Now, let us speak directly of the outside work, the things you can do to bring allowance into your life. And we are going to speak specifically on abundance, financial wealth, as an example. Many, many people on earth at this time are going through their poverty cycles. And it's not like it's a cycle that has to be. It's just by choice, and it's what you believe, and it's what you create because you are the master, and hopefully not misery. But for some people, that's how it is financially. So you want to create something new and better. How do you do that? Well, it's not you actively doing it that gets you. Yes, that works in 3D. You work hard, you put your nose to the grindstone, and you get results. Of course, a lot of that is because you're holding it mentally and believing it. Believing it. That's what a lot of that hard work is representative of, because a lot of that hard work is a sadhana. But as you understand the spiritual realm, where you understand how to pray, how to ask, how to allow receiving, one of the things you want to do physically is build a vessel to receive wealth. Because you don't yet believe that you could just walk down the street and $200,000 can pop in your bank account like that. What is that Monopoly card? Bank error in your favor. Collect $200,000. You don't believe that you can just shift timelines where that's the reality. How's it going to get there? Who's going to give me that? I don't know. I have to work for this. All the mental beliefs are there. So as you're starting to grow and move into the realms of allowing all that treasure and spirit to just give it to you, just like we spoke earlier, believing that you command your reality such that whenever you drive in the parking lot, the space is always open for you, versus asking for it with the angels, versus not even believing you're going to have the spot. Just like that example we gave you earlier, we want you to build a vessel to receive abundance. Now, what is beautiful in your time and space is that you have many GoFundMes. Peter likes using Give, Send, Go because it's more spiritually oriented and they don't take as much out. It's not about the money for them. It's about the flow of divine grace for them. In fact, when he even signed up for it the first time, someone called him up to pray for the success of his adventure. Now, whether or not you believe in how they pray or who they're praying to doesn't matter. The notion and the thought of somebody going out of their way to hold the intent that you succeed, just beautiful. Just beautiful. And Peter's wanting us to tell you this is not an advertisement to them and he's not affiliated with them. So there, we have said that. Now, getting back to what we were saying. You build a vessel, a GoFundMe, a Give, Send, Go campaign. And then you have a place to receive. Many of you are understanding that you may have a job which pays your bills, but that was the normal way it was done in the past. But you have side gigs, gig economy, I believe it is called in your parlance at this time. And those of you who understand this know you'd have 2 or 3 things going on. But you start to realize, how can I do what they call passive income? How can I do things to have a vessel where money just comes to me without me working on it? And as you see that that is possible for you, then you start to allow more and more to come through you because the vessel is built. So in Peter's case, he has books. He has community subscriptions. He has by donation sessions. He has paid sessions. He has workshops. And he's getting ready to tell you about another adventure he's going to take on. But do you see, he has built several vessels for wealth to come to him because he does not yet believe that it can just come to him. So this is what we have wished to speak to you of today. Your allowance is an internal clearing of what stops you from allowing. And those processes are available and have been spoken about on this channel immensely. The second is the hybrid, where you're doing some internal work and some external work, what is called the sadhana. You're doing something with the intent that you're going to get some receiving, knowing that it's not a one-to-one direct receiving. You did this, therefore you get that. That's still 3D. It's just you're doing it as a sign to the divine that you believe in it is possible. And then the third way is completely external. And that is, are you building vessels to allow abundance to come to you? We thank you so much. Know that as you attend to these words, we've been sending you energy. And just pause this tape for a moment and go ahead and let yourself receive it. Always, always welcome us into your ventures. We are happy to help you. From the whole angelic realm, this is Archangel Michael sending you this blessing now. Okay, this is Peter D. I'm going to have a link below to another video, which is my new project that Tracy and I are starting, which is an example of how we're building a vessel to receive and to allow divine grace to come to us. And if you want to participate in it, we'd be so, so happy. So check out that link below. Please remember, this is a conversation. Put your comments. We want to discuss with you. We're all growing together. And like and subscribe to help the channel. Yay, 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 yay. Another vessel to receive that we've built. Can you help us out with it? Share this video if you find people who are wanting to get more and you believe this can help them. Stay blessed. I love you. Talk to you soon.